One time or another, some nights you just can't fall asleep, and there's no shortage of over-the-counter assistance available, but the selection can be a bit overwhelming, so we've asked Paragon pharmacist Brain Jones to give up some of his sleep time to come in early this morning, to come in early and break things down for us. And there are so many different products here, Brian. Are there different categories before we get into the nitty-gritty here?
Yeah, sort of what I've done is I've organized everything to sort of be sort of the pharmaceutical drug type molecules, mixing in then with the melatonin, and then mixing more into the straight herbal and homeopathic remedies. So, there's something for everybody as far as sleep aids go.
Okay, well, let's start with the medicinal. I see you have Advil, Nytol,
PM,
Gravol, Sleepies, Unisom.
Basically, if we cut it off just right at the Unisom and go the other way, those are all basically Benadryl. Benadryl is an antihistamine used to treat allergic reactions. However, it also makes you tired. So what these companies have done is they've shoved Benadryl into these and marketed as Advil PM. It's got a little bit of painkiller in it as well. So if you can't sleep because of pain, that's where the Advil PM is kind of nice. The Nytol, the Gravol, the Unisom, they're all very similar. So if somebody comes up and says, Brian, you know, what's the best one here? I tell them they're all pretty much the same. Let's see what's on sale.
I see.
Because you know what, from a price point of view, they're all the same. They're all going to work exactly the same. Some patients, of course, have a brand preference. If they slept with Unisom before and it worked, so well,
they'll stay with it.
They'll stick with Unisom no matter what the price is.
I got a question for you. Just talking about the medicine, any of this habit forming?
For the most part, everything is quite safe in that sense, so you won't go through a rebound insomnia. What I tell patients, if you start taking it on an ongoing basis and you stop it, your brain might say, you know what, I didn't take a pill, I'm not going to sleep.
So it's a mind over matter.
It's almost like how the Olympic athletes have to train themselves. It's mind over matter. Sometimes with sleep, you lay there, say, I'm not going to sleep because I didn't take the pill. That's not the case with these ones.
So moving from medicinal now to the second category.
Exactly. So this is the herbal stuff. So this is the melatonin, which is relatively new to the Canadian market. It's been in the American market for a really long time. For the most part, we market melatonin for people who are on shift change or are working weird hours,
like
working nights. Exactly, you guys. So sometimes your body doesn't know it's actually time to go to sleep. So all these people, let's say over in London, with the 8-hour or so time difference, melatonin will help just kind of reset that body clock, get you back on track. A relatively safe medication. Used for chronic insomnia, so people who can't sleep every night. Not really that great for that, just because it's not usually a deficiency in melatonin.
And moving on now from the herbal to the
homeopathic more herbal things. Again, through melatonin, through a mixture of things with passion flower. We've got Rescue Remedy. I've got nighty-night sleep teas.
Sleepy time tea.
Sometimes a hot fluid, like the warm milk thing. Just kind of people kind of like that medicinal aspect where they're drinking something makes them feel like they're doing something.
Kind of winds you down.
And it kind of is almost a ritual in a sense, right? Because the biggest thing is you need to avoid caffeine at night. You need to avoid stimulating activities. You need to do all kinds of things to enable your body to actually have a good snooze.
Is that what you call the good sleep hygiene?
Yeah, exactly. Thanks for bringing that up. For sure. Good sleep hygiene is just observing all those things. So caffeine, stimulating activities, making sure you've had some exercise in the day, but not within a couple hours of going to sleep. Making sure your room is dark and at appropriate temperature. It's always tough sometimes when the weather's so warm. It's so nice. We love that have warm weather, but then our rooms are so hot, so it's difficult to sleep. So that's all part of good sleep hygiene, making sure that you're doing other things other than medication, because there's sometimes medical conditions that can cause insomnia. So it's important not to take these long term.
All right. If anyone wants to get a hold of you, how can they do that?
Yep, I'm just down the corner of 4th Street and Elbow Drive.
Right near the Safeway there?
Definitely right in the same parking lot as Safeway. Come in and say hello.
Thank you, Brian. Good advice.